Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're from. J Rowe, ex-host of Big Hair Hits. Show has ended because I have moved to Roanoke, Virginia into a new apartment, and featured in this new apartment is a drum set. Now, how can you play drums in an apartment without disturbing anybody? Well, you get some electronic ones. However, don't be fooled that even though you're using them with headphones, that everything is silent. The thing is that although the mesh on the drums is very quiet, and I'll demonstrate right here, very quiet, the cymbal pads are made of hard rubber, so that striking motion goes down here to the frame, which goes down to the bottom of the frame and will disturb the person underneath, and they may call the police on you. So what you need to do is find an apartment where you're on the first floor, and as long as you do that, then you won't bother anybody, because there's nobody underneath you, of course. And such as with a Guitar Hero or Rock Band, with the pedals, when you putting your foot on it, will make a noise on the floor. So it doesn't necessarily go left, right, forward, backwards. The noise doesn't circumvent whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. The noise goes down, and if there's anybody underneath you, then you might as well not even bother playing. There are videos on how to build risers to put these on top of, the drums on top of, but I didn't bother doing that because I was smart and moved and talked to the neighbor. Do that too. Tell them what you're trying to do. Alright, so the company, if I'm saying it correctly, is Alesis, I believe. This kit, the Alesis Turbo, retailed about $300, and it came with headphones and sticks, 2 pedals, 2 cymbal pads, 2 toms, a snare, and a floor tom. Now these are all the same size, so you can interchange them, doesn't really matter. And what's cool with these over traditional pad electronic drums is, here's what a pad sounds like. And the action off that is kind of tough. I mean, it works, but you know, it's not as satisfying as the mesh emulates a traditional drum head. And not only that, but you can also tune the drums, making it tighter or loose, whatever your preference is. So there's an advantage there. Another advantage here as far as noise is concerned is I ordered this one because it doesn't have a beater for the bass drum. It's just a pedal, where others have a bass drum with a beater that goes up and down. And the problem with that for me is that would make more noise, and that's one other thing to break, whereas all you have here is a pedal, so no big deal there. And here's the brain of the operation here. As far as I can tell, I mean, I've been reading the instructions and just playing around with it, but it's got 10 different sounds to it. You just press these, and then you press, there's a function button at the back to get to the other 5. It's got hookups. This input cable you hook up to your phone, and then the music can go through the brain into your ears, and you can adjust the volume of your phone so that it's not overpowering the sound of your drums. So there you go. So that's pretty user friendly. Volume knob, bunch of buttons. Apparently there's a drum trainer on this where it will make little noises or whatever. I don't know how it works, but there's a training mode on here. And again, it came with sticks. You know, these sticks are alright, I suppose. Who cares? And the frame's pretty solid. I like how it came with these clips that you can gather up the cords and clip them to the frame. That's pretty neat. Easy to adjust. I don't recommend you pulling on it to make little fine-tune adjustments, because you're going to end up stripping here, or there. So just, it came with a drum key, and it's actually a nice drum key. I've never seen one like this before. It's got a little doodad on there, so you can just spin it really a lot easier than the one that I use. So it came with a key, so that's good. Pretty clear manual. And here are what the hookups look like if you want to get nerdy about it. See, there you go, boom. That's the power. Boom. There's no MIDI input, but maybe that's what you do with the USB. I don't know. And then if you want to hook an amp up to it, there you go, output. I can't comment on how it sounds with an amp, because again, I live in an apartment, but I can say it sounds really nice. Of the 10 that I've tried, only 2 of the drum sounds I actually prefer. They sound like, traditional rock stuff like Zeppelin, AC/DC. Everything else is either electronic or a little, or disco or jazz sounding, that kind of stuff. So there's only about 2 on here, but you only need 1 to actually have some fun. So there it is. I recommend it if you live in an apartment and you're on a budget and you don't live above anybody. So that's it. Former host, Big Hair Hits. See you.